ilikuwa mfungo wako anaitwa nani? Charles Kimani. Haya, wewe nitie Charles Kimani. He was not there for me, but I declared that I will be there for him. From life sentence, we are now fungaing you 10 years. So you can imagine from kunyongwa to life sentence to 10 years.
Takeover. Welcome to Damaris Kimani's podcast. And I have my guest today. I'll be hosting you today on your podcast.
Thanks.
Such an honor. Amazing. You need to pay me. Give me my check before event starts.
Why am I paying you? Okay, well, I can pay her because this set is sponsored by Bed and Breakfast.
Yay!
So, you guys, I know you've never seen this in my podcast, but yeah, that's your Bed and Breakfast. Hapo naweza mtolea check nikijisikia.
Hapa ndio nasema sikukuja peke yangu, nilikuja na set, munipige makofi. Wow, it's been a minute. Good to see you.
Oh yes. Thanks a lot for hosting me in my. Unajua yangu inakuanga TV ni kubwa. Damaris Kimani TV.
Sorry. Can I do it again? Can I take it?
Please.
Take two.
Please.
Welcome to Damaris Kimani TV.
Voila.
And my host today is
Damaris Kimani.
Go girl.
Please make sure umefanya hiyo nini ya subscribe. It's free of charge. Yes.
Wow, good to see you.
Oh, good to see you.
You look
too.
amazing.
Hey, thank you.
Tell me about color brown. Why are you in brown today? I know you don't like brown.
Oh my god.
I know you that much.
You know she's Now, the reason as to why I wore this today, it's because I was going through my wardrobe and I was like, today, what do I feel like? Do I feel like doing red? Do I feel like doing yellow? And then my mood was like, let's do brown. It's been a while. So that's how it ended up in my body. So yeah, by the way, this is not my color. I hate it with all my life. Yeah, so that's how I ended up wearing brown and white. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
You know what? I was thinking the other day and I was like, you and your dad, first of all, just how you've amended your relationship. Your relationship has been mended, kabisa. Everything is working out well. Do you know what? You're just about to hit 1 year anniversary.
Yay! Actually, we are recording this video today. So today is on what?
Today
June. We are on 6th, 8th or something. 8th.
Yeah.
Today is 8th June, and this video, I know you're seeing it on the 13th of June, which is a very special date to me and to us as a family, because that's when my dad got released from prison. So it's 1 year anniversary. Imagine we're 1 year already.
You are talking about prison. Oh my god, I feel like you need to host your dad so that we can have a touch of him.
Yes.
Just to that's a whole episode. It's just series after series. 1, series 2.
Yes.
In I told you, episode 1, 2, 3.
It's a whole season.
It's a whole season. That's what I wanted to say.
It has been a whole season. Honestly speaking, I've been thinking about it.
Sorry, we'll want you to take us through childbirth,
yes.
Damaris birth. Take us through your elementary season. Take us through your high school. We can't wait, guys. Make sure you watch out for that one.
I will take you through.
But yeah.
And thanks a lot for reminding me that, cause it's something that I've always wanted to do, because I feel it is so much important, because his life is a whole testimony.
Yeah.
And maybe you're going to mention a little bit of it so that people can connect, because this video today is all about celebrating this 1 year. How has it been the last months while he was in prison, or rather the first day when he went to prison, and where we are right now.
I feel like you need a whole therapy yourself.
Oh my god,
you need like a whole therapy. Just carrying all that, having a dad in prison for so many years. Is it 12 years?
Yeah, almost 12 years, because it was 11 years and a half.
That's crazy. So tell me, I want to know, just before I know the plans that you have for the anniversary, I want to know, how was it for you? Like, when, just give us a short snippet of how it was when you heard he was in prison? What did that look like until now, the time that was now coming out?
Yeah. So most of the people, some of the people right now, they probably know or they have heard or have come across my story because I've shared my story in so many different platforms. If you haven't watched, you can go back to Tuko, just search Damaris Kimani, itakuletea a whole mini of where you can catch up so that you can get to know my story.
But now you will get us the live one where now your dad says he's told his
for
version.
Sure. Yeah, hiyo lazima.
Sawa.
So when I first heard that my dad was arrested, I was very happy.
Yeah?
I was super excited. I was like, mbona mkumuua? Why did you not kill that man? He deserves death. He deserves to die.
He was an
not
armed
really.
robber?
It is because of the relationship we had.
Okay,
It wasn't a good relationship. That's what I'm saying. If you haven't watched the story, please make sure you go and watch.
Right.
And if you want to hear it from me again on this platform, I will make sure I share when I do now the series, the journey, before we actually get to him.
Yeah.
So at first when I heard about it, honestly speaking, my heart was so crushed. I was so broken at that time because the relationship we had with my dad wasn't
as good
at all. So I used to wish that he would die. I used to wish death on him. I remember there was a time we used to plan for his burial in advance with my mom because that's where we were because of what we had experienced with him. But thank God for salvation that came about in 2015 because when I gave my life to Christ, honestly, I always thank God for salvation. It's something that I keep on telling you that. And the reason as to why I thank God for salvation, it's because I don't think so. If it wasn't for salvation, I couldn't be where I am today with my dad.
Right. So there was something that was done in you.
Yes.
Some renewal was done. You went through healing.
Yes.
You went through sanctification. Like you went through a whole process of just redefining who you are and your relationship with your dad. That's so great.
And it's so
it didn't take
it
therapy.
Happened. No.
Just like it took Jesus.
It only took Jesus. Oh my God. It only took Jesus.
Yeah.
Because it happened. I was actually in my prayer season. I remember I was still in high school.
Yes.
So I remember this time as CU leaders, we were praying and fasting. And because I had already given my life to Christ in 2015, I didn't like take the forgiveness immediately. I didn't start that journey immediately. Because yes, I was born again, but still I used to hate this man.
Yeah.
So every time the Holy Spirit, because that time I used to refer to it as kuna kitu fulani inaniambia, kuna kitu fulani inaniambia.
Yeah.
So when that time hiyo kitu fulani ilikuwa inaniambia, I was like, one thing I will never do on this earth until my death is to forgive my dad. But the Holy Spirit was just looking at me, wakiwa hapo na God, wako like, Dama, what are you saying?
I can see,
do you know who I am? Unanipanga, unajaribu kunipanga, mimi sipangwi. So God and the Holy Spirit walinipanga. And every time I used to pray, this voice used to come and the voice was so loud, forgive your dad, forgive your dad. And I remember anytime this voice would hit me, nilikuwa naacha kuomba. I'm telling you, you can never run away from God.
Yeah, sure.
Because nilikuwa naenda choo, naona choo inaniambia forgive your dad. You see like those Nigerian movies, I usually refer to this thing. Uko uliwa mtu alafu mtu anakutokelezea kila saa. Onye, kamure onye.
And then we start crying. Okay.
So everything used to speak to me. Forgive your dad, forgive your dad. And it reached a point, by then nilichoka. I was like, God, if this is what you want, let your will be done. It was that simple. It didn't take ati mimi kureflect, kufikiria sana. It was that simple. I felt
forgiving, I'm letting go.
Yes. And I just made that prayer. God, if this is your will, let your will be done.
Okay.
And I remember I cried.
You let it out.
Oh my God, I cried.
Yeah.
And I felt like something was holding me so tight. And after confessing that, hiyo kitu tu iliniachilia. That's how free I felt.
You became.
Yes.
Now I want to ask you a question. So you used to visit your dad before the confession and before the forgiving. Was there a difference now?
No. The forgiving, I first visited my dad after
forgiving.
Yes.
Oh, you'd never
Before,
visited him before?
No, because he was arrested towards the end of 2013.
Oh, okay. So now after the forgiveness, God working on you, that's now when
I took the initiative, and I was like, I actually think I need to see this man. I need to go and visit him, and I want to know which prison, so that I can go and tell him, Dad, for everything that you did to me, I have forgiven you.
Do you know something that normally happens in forgiveness is you may think you have forgiven. You're
choking.
So how was it for day one? Like, was it like the bitterness was still there, or God released kabisa?
So now what happened, because when I went to actually see him, at first it was very difficult with my mom, because my mom was so hard. Like it was so she was so hard. She was like, no, you can't do that, you can't forgive that man after everything he did. You even need to go to school because of him, this blah 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 that. And I was like, Mom, I have given my life to Christ, and now things are very different. So I have to do this for the sake of my own peace, and for the sake of that healing, that complete healing. And I remember we really sumbuanad a lot with my mom, but finally she agreed into it. So we go to committee, and I remember this time, oh my God, I prayed. I was like, God, I invite you. I want you to go ahead of me. This moment is such a special moment for me. I want, the way you can just pray and dedicate a whole event or a whole day. So this day we go to committee. Now, I remember that time, I actually didn't have an ID. So going to the prison without an ID, ni kizungu mkuti.
You're underage, so they don't allow underage.
They don't. Okay. So long as you don't have an ID.
Anyone
it's
else?
Not about hauna ID, you are not allowed, because it's a very delicate premise yani. And I remember at that particular point, my dad was in a maximum prison. So we have a maximum prison, medium prison, and you have now the juveniles. So in a maximum prison, watu wamefungiwa hapo ni wenye hawatoki. Unless now God decides to get into your case, then you will be transferred from the maximum prison to the medium. So medium, when you wako medium ni wenye in their card wanaona natoka in the next 5 years, natoka in the next 10 years. But now when you're in the maximum prison, utapata mtu ameandikiwa 40 years. Let's say that person is 60 or 70 years old. So akiandikiwa 40, you see that's like a death, you know? So that's all about a maximum. So at this particular point, when we went to visit my dad na tukasumbuana na hawa watu, I remember that madam who was now like registering the visitors who were coming in. This madam was like, and I'll never forget that madam. She was like, yani, wewe unaleta mtoto akuje aone mtu amefungwa kunyongwa. So that's how I learned about my dad's
situation.
Yes.
Irredeemable.
Yes. That's how I learned about his sentence. I didn't know.
You always were talk of prison.
Nilijua talk of prison. So I didn't know much details. So that's how I learned about it. And actually that statement really crushed me.
Yeah, it broke you.
It really crushed me, because the whole of this time I was not aware. I didn't know anything. So you see, now that I'm coming in na ile kumsamehea, ilifanya nika feel, oh no way. These things I only see them in movie. Kwanza I remember during those times I was so much addicted to crime documentaries. So akina 48 hours, 60 minutes Australia. So you could see those people who wamefungwa hiyo stroke 2 ni lethal injection. So nikaanza kuimagine. So I started imagining a lot of crazy. So I even started doing investigations. Huku Kenya mtu akifungwa kunyongwa, how do they do it? So I used to ask a lot of people, but they never knew my situation. So watu walikuwa wananiambia, unajua wanafungiwa kwa kirumu, wanaitwa siku moja, wanafungiwa tu hivi, wananyongwa na nini fulani, wanazikwa huko. So this time these people don't know that I have my dad in prison, because it was very chini ya maji then. So I remember after that I sat somewhere outside in a form. Kulikuwa na form kama hii, ilikuwa tu hapo nje. So my mama akaambiwa, we cannot allow her, you go. So we seated in a form like this, and then my mom started walking towards the main gate here, Community Maximum. And so when I was seated there, this was my position actually. And I was like, God, I thought I had borrowed you permission before coming to this place. Why is this happening? You know the event, you know what I'm coming to do here.
It's sacred.
Like why this? Why this? I can't just allow this event to just pass by. And imagine when I was actually talking to God silently, it happens that there was a police officer who was crossing over. Anika alikuwa anatoka shift yake, he was going over to the other side of the road. And so this officer comes, akakuwa tu, ni aje msichana umehudumiwa? Nikasema, And then I started crying. Akakuwa like, hey, mom, mbona unalia? Kuna shida? Is everything okay? I was like, I think all is not well because I have come to see my dad. Alishikangwa kitambo sana, but nimeambiwa siwezi muona kwa sababu sina ID. It was umekuja na nani? Nimekuja na mom, ndio ule huko. Kanaambia weka vitu zako hapa, fuata mama yako. Ukienda kwa the next desk wakuulize ni nani, waambie wapigie afande fulani. Imagine that quick.
You got favor.
Yes.
Wow.
So I follow my mom towards the gate now to now Kamiti Maximum. So right there, I was nikaanza kufeel kama nguvu inaniishia. Yani, you know these things you see them in movie. It was my first time ever in a prison. Alafu now the officer mwenye alikuwa to register, she has already messed up my mind. So I'm like, I'm going to tell my dad I've forgiven him, but it's like, you see those movies where it's like you're saying your last words. This person, you'll never see them again because nilisikia kitu ya kunyonga ujuangi time unaitwa. They don't tell you kesho tunakunyonga, no. So I was like, oh my god. Yani for me it was like the last moment. It was like the last time I'll see this man. I'll never see him again in nini. Let me tell you, in a maximum prison, the security check, it's not a joke. Uko unatoa viatu, kama nimefunga hii band hivi natoanisha, you do like this, you're here, and imagine this person, you're going to see him in a kio. It's not like there is a place whereby you're going to interact. Exchange mkono nini, but the security check there is very thorough. So when we're walking towards now the room whereby it's divided in now is your glass dividiwa, nikafeel nguvu inanisha. Because you see the last time I saw this man, it was not good. It was really bad. It was really ugly. And now that was the last time I saw him, and now the next time I'm seeing him, I'm coming to tell him I've forgiven you. You get? So it wasn't easy. And I remember during that moment, because my dad, again, he was not aware who is coming. You see, when you're going to visit someone, they don't know who is coming. So I remember he came in chains, and there was the officer. Yes, it was. You see, those people. When I think one day I will explain how the prison works with the different charges zenye mtu anakuanga amefungwa and how they are treated. So I see him, and I remember when he saw me, he was like, "Damam, so." He was like, "Damam, so." I started crying, man. I cried. Woo.
At that point, he's in chains.
I cried. My dad that time ako, "Ebu rudi mso, nataka kukuona, umekuwa mkubwa nini." Anaongea, anasema ongea nisikie sauti yako.
Wait, so this is a span of how long?
It happens within like 15 minutes by the way.
No, like when he left home, when he was taken.
2013 was there. Na hii ndio akuje kushikwa. Tulikuwa hatujamuona for
2013. Yeah, so this is after how many years?
2014. No, I think that was now around 2016 when I was going to now see him. Yes, it was around 2016. So I'm there. He's talking and talking and talking, but me, I'm trying to talk na feel niko choked na macho. Yani nimelia kama mtoto mpaka nashindwa kutoa words. And then something tells me, pushes me, mwambie, tell him those words, tell him you've come here to forgive him. Nini, so my dad ako hapo, mso ongea nataka kusikia sauti yako. Aki umekuwa mrembo, umekuwa msichana mkubwa, umenini, anaongea, but hii time yote niko, I'm shocked. A thousand things are going through my mind. I'm like, oh my god. The next thing, Kimani, time imeisha.
Kwani how many minutes?
I think it was like 15 minutes or 20.
So they're given like
but the whole time I was crying, yes. The whole time I was crying, so the officer was so quick. Kimani, hapana toka nini. And then he went.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
So, relax. Hii story ni ya God. Hata si yangu.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, even in the first instance where the officer got you and gave you a pass to go through, I'm like, when you're going to do God's assignment, kuna venye he just shows up.
Yes.
Because you were going to do God's assignment.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't
you. Imagine it wasn't easy, and the devil does everything it takes for that assignment not to succeed.
Okay.
But Mungu akisema ni hiyo. Wata devil akuja na watu wake 20-30 definitely we win over. So this time he goes, and I remember now tulikuwa tunatoka, so as we walk so that we can now toka to the main gate, tukapatana na huyo afande. He was a Muslim. And that afande, I will even post his picture because I met him the other time when I was going through a process ya kusaidia my dad with some things so that atoke. I met him and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I remember you.
That
I remember that afande could not, nilikuwa na mimi na brother yangu, but hakuwa ananikumbuka, but I reminded him about the event and what he did, and was like, I remember you now very well. And so this afande, this Muislamu, I remember alienda kwa my mom first because my mom pia alilia because ni kama alilemewa na nini yangu. So this afande asked my mom, mom, shida iko wapi, mumehudumiwa? Is everything okay? Akamwambia hapana, nimekuja kuleta msichana, babake alifungwa years back, but hata sidhani tumemaliza dakika 30, tumeambiwa time imeisha. Ilikuwa mfungo wako anaitwa nani? Charles Kimani. Haya, wewe nitie Charles Kimani. Akaitwa, and then he comes, and then this afande says, in fact hata amta msimuone kwa hiyo kio, kujeni mumuone hapa kwa hii gate. Now the gate there iko na isn't it grills, iko na grills where you can even pass, you can even touch. Yes. Aliniambia kaeni hapa, hakuna mtu anawasumbua, nimewasimamia hapa, ongeeni mpaka usikie uko satisfied. You see how God works. He even used a Muslim. And let me tell you, that time again, my dear, I am trying. Nalia. Okay, nalia. A lot of things were going through my mind. Like the last altercation you had with my dad. You see, when someone breaks your heart or when someone hurts you, we human beings, especially if you don't understand this theory, let me not say if you are not born again, because also people who are born again are struggling with forgiveness. You expect the person who has hurt you to come and apologize to you. For sure. Hiyo ndio theory yenye sisi binadamu tumezoea. Yes. Inakuanga ule alinikosea, ule alinifanyia. Mimi siwezi enda kumwomba msamaha.
Na unajua hiyo forgiveness ni yako.
Yes. Actually, it's for you. It's for you. That's one thing that people don't understand. If you actually go now to that person, instead of waiting for them to come, there is something it does to you. Correct. And one of the things, it completely heals you. But if you keep on waiting for that person to come, trust me, utaendelea kuwa hurt, utaendelea kuwa na bitterness, utaendelea kuwa like you'll be in a cage. And that thing, we'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, so that's why I was crying this whole time. I was like, I can't believe I have finally come to do this particular thing, you know. And I remember that Muislamu afande, he was really encouraging me, he was pushing me, ananiambia Dama, ongea dada kusikie. And so that time nilikuwa naongea na that's how I was talking. And I think I just said the main words and my dad was so happy, and this is the statement he said I will never forget. I was waiting for this day.
So he's also been struggling.
Yes, I was like, waiting
my
for
family
this day.
has never forgiven me.
Yes.
I'm inside here.
Yes.
Okay.
I was waiting for this day, and when he said that, I think that's when I understood at the right time God make things happen. Because when first this is one thing I haven't told you guys. When I was going there, I was expecting to meet a gangster. I was expecting to meet someone who was very rude, because that's how my dad was.
That's how you knew him.
Yes. So I was expecting him to be like, oh, okay, umekuja kunisamea, umefanya poa, mko fiti, sawa. And then, but I met a different person that compared to the one that I interacted with last,
some years ago. Right.
And so that happened, and I felt nika breathe. And after that, I think this is the declaration that I need. I was like, my dad was never there for me at the most precious times of my life, or my most precious events of my life as a girl.
Correct.
He was not there for me, but I declared that I will be there for him.
That's
and the journey began. Yes.
It's like turning the other cheek.
Exactly.
Like, maybe you really but for
you did
me,
this,
as Damaris,
you are never there. Even while you're present physically, but absent emotionally as a parent or as a dad. I never, like I would say, me, the little or the much time I had with my dad before he got arrested, oh my God, he was never there. The last time I think I felt my dad's love is when I was a kid. Nikiwa mtoto.
Because
Yes, because war began when I was in class 4. All along to my adulthood. So,
but that's something that you can't do. It's the Holy Spirit that does it for you.
Yes.
Like the whole transformation, it's something that only God can do it for you. Now, so you leave this place, you leave a transformed person. Your dad is okay. How was it leaving the prison at that specific time?
Well, I would say same thing when I declared forgiveness the first time when I said, God, let your will be done. I felt like another part that was holding me so tight left me.
Right.
And I felt lighter.
Yeah.
And that's why when I decided to make that decision of walking now that journey with him, it was very easy and very willing. And at this particular point, it was not making sense to anyone.
Even your mom.
Especially my family members. They were like, you are insane. What do you mean you're going to visit this person? What do you mean you're taking tissues to you? What do you mean? Are you sick? Are you okay in your head?
Because they knew your relationship with him prior. It was bad.
Yes.
So now you decide to take the journey to walk with him, to love on him. But something you mentioned maximum, you mentioned vitu mingi atuelewi. Care to tell us about how it moved quickly to me, because I know he'll tell his story. How he moved from which side? Did he go to the one at industrial area?
No. The committee maximum, medium, they're all in one place.
Okay. So tell us, how did we get to
from maximum to medium?
No, from medium to maximum.
No, from maximum to medium. He was in maximum prison. You will understand this prison tale. So first my dad was charged with robbery with violence.
Okay.
So when you're charged with robbery with violence, they unafungwangwa mostly hiyo kunyongwa, or rather life sentence.
Okay.
So what happened, alifungwa stroke 2 niyo kunyongwa. And when now the president, our previous president, Muigai, akasema watu wamefungwa kunyongwa ikuwe changed to life sentence. Okay. So there is no kunyongwa anymore, it's life sentence.
Wait, so alifanya nyongwe like?
Yeah. So sijui walikuwa wananyongana aje. Sijui kama walikuwa naitwa wanatolewa kamba ama wanafungiwa mahali. I don't know how they used to do it, but yeah. So ikasemekana kila mtu mwenye ameandikiwa kunyongwa anaandikiwa nini? Life sentence.
So you just die there.
Yeah. So it's you there unless now God comes and does a miracle, because a lot of people actually who have been in maximum prison, God has done
miracles.
Yes.
Okay.
So now that happened. He was charged with robbery with violence, akaandikiwa stroke 2, and then he was now yes, and then akaenda life sentence. So akiwa life sentence, prisoners are given an opportunity to appeal their cases.
Okay.
So kuna wale wakiappeal na judge aone you are reasoning ama umechange. I don't know how they consider to approve your appeal. I don't know, but there is a way they do it because wamepatia prisoners your right. Like you can come and appeal and plead with us for tukushortenia sentence yako. So my dad did the first.
So now the life sentence is shortened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad appealed, failed multiple times. I don't know inakwanga 3 rounds ama ni how many rounds, I'm not so sure. He will tell us better. So the last round ndio aliangukia. His last appeal. And so akasema from life sentence we are now fungaing you 10 years. So you can imagine from kunyongwa to life sentence to 10 years.
So now this is in between ushaanza kubond na yeye. Ndio hii sasa inakuja.
Napeleka yani niko na yeye hapa kwa hapa.
You're praying God.
I was present in every season. From kunyongwa to your life sentence to me, I was present, like I was there. Each and every season that he was experiencing in his prison journey, I was like there. So akatoka hiyo life sentence wakamwekea 10 years. So kama umefungwa 10 years unatolewa maximum. So you hear the word maximum and medium.
Yeah. So anarudisha kwa something
unatolewa kwa maximum kwa wafungwa wenye wanafungwa life, unapelekwa kwa wenye wanatoka. That is now medium prison.
I love
when you hear maximum it to the maximum. So medium it's iko katikati,
uko on your way out.
Yes, uko on your way out. So unatolewa maximum prison unapelekwa media.
How did that feel for you?
Oh my god.
Hey.
Oh my god. It was unbelievable.
It was a miracle.
Honestly, it was unbelievable. Because I remember when I heard about your kunyongwa, when I used to pray to God, I think I used to pray with, but I
like you couldn't
there's a lot of I couldn't.
You couldn't see it.
I remember every time I used to tell people, please, I want you guys to pray with my dad. I used to cry. They are praying for positivity, but me, I feel it's not possible. Because every content I'm watching, hakuna content imenionyesha there is a possibility of someone mwenye amefungwa kunyongwa to be given another chance.
So wait, you didn't have stories of when you were around Kenya local?
No. I think the enemy was feeding me with hakuwa ananipatia chance ya kuona. By the way,
there are things that are working.
Yes,
people have come out.
Let me tell you, see, when you talk about anything to do with Kenya prisons, I was not aware. I started learning now when I started walking that journey with my dad. Because umesikia vile nimekwambia, I used to watch documentaries za majuu. So hizo za majuu, hakuna documentary ilikuwa inaniambia this person was charged with this na akatoka. You get so about this one.
I think for Kenya it's quite limited. So
especially even in content wise, it's very,
and that's why we have you here. Which it may speak so much to people out there who are also hopeful. Wow. Yeah. So now we are at Maximum?
Yes, so tumetoka Maximum
to comedian. But one thing that I wanted to mention is now your dad's character changed.
Yes.
He's now a changed person. Even when he's appealing, the judges are like, the changed guy, he got born again. He's now into preaching the word in prison. Like he's a whole total package.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is that when you're in prison, the good thing I love about prison, it's not just a prison when watu wanakuanga passive. Yes, it's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
But one thing these people have done that I really acknowledge them is how they have brought in different courses for these inmates to learn. So, kama kuna inmate anafeel sikumaliza shule and I want to go back to primary, there are teachers there. If you want to do college, kuna college huko depending on what you want to study, whether unataka kusomea lawyer, udaktari, everything they are doing huko ndani. If you want to shona viatu, you want to shona nguo, you want to shona furnitures, anything, everything is done there.
So wait, where does the revenue go to? Okay, sawa. Story for another day. Okay. So now your dad gets into courses.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about him, he told me while he was in Maximum, he was doing theology. He was doing theology. So he did theology. He even got baptized. He invited me. I went there. It was the best thing to witness. Like, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. But that happened, and then after when he now went to Medium, he started doing missionary. He did farming. What else? I think he did other courses, but niko familiar with those three that I can't remember the other ones, but it was a lot of courses that he involved himself with. So now to comedian.
So to comedian, but also there was a church that was working with him also.
Oh yeah. So he was in this SDA church that because aliokoka na SDA, so he's an Adventist. Wanaitanga Seventh Adventist ama ni Sabbath, whichever the case, I don't know. Yeah, so alikuwa msabato, and now he's in Medium, and now we've started counting, and again those years seemed nilikuwa naona 2024 tuko sijui 2019, I'm like tutawaifika 2024. You know, but it happened so fast. And I remember when the time of his release came and we were given a date, I was like, wait, this is happening. I remember even
how were you given a date? Wait, so it was like a year and a date a year to
so kwa kadi. So these inmates, every inmate has a card. So hii kadi ni kama ID. It looks like an ID, but it's not an ID. Inakuanga imeandikwa jina ya mfungwa, what they have been charged with. Wamefungwa ni kama ni defilement, ameandikiwa defilement, robbery with violence, alafu hapo chini ndio wameandikiwa miaka. So kama umebakisha 5 years wanakuandikia 5 years, 10 years. So now I don't know how they count it, They counted it, came up with a date, 13th June. And then the next thing now, the welfare office, they call you. They inform you, are you aware that you're inmate or you're inmate, tutakuwa tunamtoa siku fulani. So we want to know how the relationship is with the family members, with the society. Like before they get released, it's a whole process. They have to know, are people expecting him? And if they're expecting him, if they're not expecting him, where will he be going? Who will be in charge of him? Because they also understand the stigmatization, that comes with the society, you know, and even family members and everyone. So it wasn't, again, an easy journey.
Did that bother you?
It bothered me. Let me tell you, I started doing the God's work with my family, one by one, trying to be like Paulo Nasila, preaching, trying to make sense, trying
he's
to
coming. Are you ready? Please be ready. Accept him. He's a good guy. I've been with him.
Oh my God, it was a lot of work. It was
so you turned into a therapist to your family again now.
And they were wanasemanga stiff-necked ama stiff-heart. Wako na heart stiff. Their hearts
stiff-hearted. Everything is stiff.
You know? But one thing nilikuja ku understand, and when I understood that, I stopped forcing. Is that when you talk about healing or when you talk about forgiveness, kila mtu ako na time yake.
Correct.
Tunaweza kuwa tumehatiwa with the same person, but me, I healed so quick. You, it might take you years. The other one might take them forever. The other one may take them that particular day.
And then you also, the relationship that you had with your dad, like I always told you, was different from the one your mom had, the one your brother had,
exactly,
the one that your young sister had when you're turning mdogo. So it was,
everyone was hurt differently. I love that point, because they had a relationship with my mom. My mom venye alikuwa alihatiwa, it's not the same way I did. You get? So when I understood that, I was like, let me now stop forcing. Let me now start thinking of plan B, C, D, and E of how you're going to receive this man back to the society. Now I was looking at myself.
You're all alone, like
nikakuwa hii kitu by then nikiangalia, when I'm looking at the family on their side, they are not involved. They haven't been involved actually in his journey. I'm looking at our side. You know, watu wako tu. And I remember my brother, the third born, I loved him so much. He was the one I started now walking this journey with. And right there is when now I decided to involve you guys. You and your husband. And you guys. And honestly, this was like the most hardest decision that I ever. Because I remember talking to you and I was like, wait a minute. You see, we need money. And not only money, but we need money. Because this guy is coming out, he doesn't have clothes, shoes. Actually, he doesn't have anything. And the fact that my mom is not ready to take him back, he doesn't even have shelter. In short, anakuja kama mtoto amezaliwa. You remember I used to tell you that, unajua, my dad is coming like a newborn. He doesn't have
a lot of things.
He doesn't have anything. So, which means if I'm to take this responsibility, I'm taking it from scratch.
This is your baby.
Yes.
This is my child.
Hey, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I remember we sat down, we had meetings, and I remember one thing that I told you, nilikuwa na feel it is so hard for me, and it's something that I still struggle with, is to ask for help.
But we needed help,
especially money wise. Ati niajeni, nisaidieni. Kwanza now when you unekata public, like wase nisaidieni, I'm doing this and this, I want you to, like, it was hard. And I remember you told me we have to ask.
And it's very interesting how God plans things, because the previous weeks or months you had trended for something. To take her your video, guys.
Wakenya
wakanitredisha. She trended.
Wrong reasons. Kenyans decided.
I know. And you see, that's how God plans things. Like his ways and your ways are not. So you're already now in the public. Now people know you. God positioned you. Regardless of how it was, but he still positioned you. So now when he gave you that publicity, now when we're doing our posts, requesting for funds,
it was very easy, because I remember after Kenyans decided to kunitrendisha for wrong reasons, my TikTok really blew up.
Yeah.
Especially with numbers and everything. So I remember what we decided after we met. We were like, guys, I have no other option, but we have to go with this one that is Staki. And we decided to come up with a poster.
Yeah.
And the poster was #Inua Baba Dama.
Yeah, she was not ignoring.
#Inua Baba Dama or something of a sort. So we did a poster.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, at that particular point, I think my faith ilikuwa very much tested. Because we are even trying to do a budget, but hata yani tuko, by the way, we need everything from scratch. Sasa hata hii budget tutaanza ku budget wapi? We need a mattress, we need a house, we need clothes, we need shoes, we need food, everything. And I remember, God is God. Hey, let me tell you. Hey, I remember when we first shared that poster. That time I was at work. And one of the things that God confirmed to me that, it's like, I felt like God was telling me, Dama,
I got your back. Relax.
Let me show you.
Relax.
Relax. Just have faith in me. Tulia nikupange. And I remember this time I'm at work. So kila saa ilikuwa kuangalia poster, naangalia text, kuna watu wameongea, kuna watu wamesema, kuna watu wamefanya. And I remember the first M-Pesa message I received ilikuwa 10,000.
Guys, 10,000.
10,000.
It can work. It can happen.
Not only 10,000, but this person, I don't know him. In fact, they sent the money. They never called to like, hey, have you received the money? So I remember even before calling, I was like, wait. After it didn't hit me that hii ni part of mchango. Nilikuwa, huyu ni mtu amenitumia pesa kimakosa. So after waiting for the call, nikakuwa hapigi, let me call. So I call and I'm like, hey, this is Damaris Kimani. I see you have sent 10,000 Kenya shillings. Winaweza kuwa umetuma by mistake. Akasema, no,
hey,
I have faith. I came across a poster in TikTok about something to do with your dad. Hiyo ni part of hiyo nini, nikakuwa, wow, thank you very much. And imagine that guy never called. Hata sijuangi. In fact, hata sijui jina yake but whoever that person, God bless you. Because that for me was like a confirmation that Dama, I got you. You just run, move, list everything you want. Let me have. This is my project. And I'm telling you, CY, because by then this is what I did. We registered a line.
Yeah, we did.
And CY was the accountant.
Yes,
CY was the accountant. Because now God blessed me with a phone. The other phone that I was using, I gave it to CY. Tukaweka line hapo, nikamwambia CY, I don't want to be in charge of this money. Please, this is your nini, do it. And mtu akinini tu nitakuwa nakwambia. Because we had a group, tulikuwa mimi, CY and my brother. So we started updating. Hey guys, were guys joking?
No joke.
Guys were sending money.
So
we are sending
the fact that you were calling each and every person.
Yes.
Like, Dama, have you called? We have 4 people.
Yes, have you told them thank you? Have you sent them a text?
Yeah.
And you guys, you really came through for me. You really came through for this man.
Yeah, even just the support. Not just financially, just emotionally.
Oh yes. Yes. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Nikaanza kuwa overwhelmed sasa na love na mabdo.
I know.
Now we started listing the things that we need. Tukaanza sasa campaign. Tukaanza Gikomba. Those videos, I still have them. I'll post them here so that you can relate. We went to Gikomba. We bought trousers. We bought shirts.
Yeah.
We went to Kamkunji.
We bought boxers.
We bought vests, socks.
Hey. We also got him a suit. You did him a suit
yes,
for
the
Kaunda
suit. We did the Kaunda suit. We bought him shoes. As you can see in the pictures, we bought mattress. We bought covers.
Yeah.
Like literally everything that we needed. In fact, everything.
Yeah.
We did shopping. Yake ya kutumia na kwenye alikuwa naenda kuhostiwa.
And they had cash remaining.
It was like 40 something thousand. That was the cash that ilibaki. Imagine you guys. And mind you, this 40,000 tumeshafanya mpaka welcome back party. Leave alone ya kumreceive. The one we did at Roy.
Yeah.
The one we did food. We did guys, It was a lot.
Yeah.
Now,
so much love.
before we even go to the party, now my dad siku yake ya kurelease imefika. Hey, let me tell you guys. Nilikuwa na panic kwanza kwa story ya gari. Niko sina gari. I haven't even told Akina Siwai. Akina Siwai are asking me, so which hotel will we go to? Are cars available from the Siwai kwanza ni mtu wa kupanga A, B, C, D, like in order. She's such an orderly woman. And so niko we have tuko nayo. Uko sure tuko nayo. Nilikuwa nakupanga. And I think that crazy faith, because that 10k yenye ule mtu alinitumia ilifanya nika feel I'm not going to doubt God in this process. Nayo till the end. And so I remember after now tuko leo kesho ndio mzaya anareleasiwa. Hata before tufikie hiyo time ya kureleasiwa. So that's now hii wiki ndio sasa mzaya release next week. There was this whatever they called me to committee. I don't know. It's like an interview. I don't remember how they
somewhere on a Wednesday.
Yeah. It was something flani. Yani I don't know how animesahau hiyo jina, but this meetup was we were meeting with the mkubwa wa prison na other officers. There were so many officers, watu wa welfare, watu wa nini. So it was like an interview mwenye wana receive, the ones who are receiving the inmate who is coming home. It was like an interview. How do you know this person? Who is this person to you? What have you guys planned? Where will he be going? And I love that the prison are really following up dearly, just so that they can also they can also secure life yao. Because unajua watu wengi wenye wako huko ndani wakitoka, kuna watu wengi bado wako na beef now, but those people, they are so intentional sana with how these people, where they are going to go to. So I remember going to this interview, and oh my God, it was a bench of like 50 officers.
In uniform?
Yes, in uniform and some without uniform. So I remember I was seated in this position. No. Actually, we didn't sit. My dad sat. Me and my brother, we were standing at the back. And then now the officers.
So right now, ameshikwa bado mimi?
Ako na uniform, so tuko ndani kwa prison. No, hana. Ako medium. So while we were there, I remember the officer now asking me, who are you? What's your name? And then my dad, that day, it was very significant because my dad told me that even after the officers talked about us standing there with him as his kids, because hawajawahi ona kitu kama hiyo. So they were like, wewe ni nani? Nini? Your dad, munamreceive aje? So I told them the plan, everything. And I even thanked the prison for what the job they have done. God just gave me the wise words to speak, and they were so much pleased, and they really loved us. And that really meant a lot to my dad. And honestly speaking, especially that event, it felt like but we went through that. So after that, it was now a day, like some days before. Sasa nilikuwa nampelekea nguo, because you are allowed. Unajua sasa time akitoka hasumbuliwi sana. Hakuna ati wewe Kimani fanya, wewe enda rudi nini. No. So I remember now taking the clothes to him. I went with my friend, the kaunda suit. This time, by the way, my dad was not aware of what was happening. It was a surprise, and he was so disturbed. He wasn't so sure because alikuwa najua already watu wako na chuki na yeye nyumbani. So hakuwa anani trust sana. So he kept on asking over and over. My dad nilikuwa namwambia kitu moja mara kama 50. Yani ile kustamp kumwambia. So nilikuwa tuambia don't worry. Usijali, I got you. So we went, took the suit, and so tukiwa pale ndani kwa hiyo kwa ofisi ya huyo afande, akasema, would you like to see him fit, uone kama nguo inamtosha? Nikamwambia yeah, for sure. So I'm seated there with my friend, and then I remember when my dad entered the room, hata nilikuwa haya, because in a long time I haven't seen him with normal clothes. So he wasn't looking like him, but alikuwa nakaa gorgeous. And it felt like, you see how a bride is revealed. Anaambiwa come and see your bride, and then you're like, wow. So it was that moment. It was like, wow.
And then I remember that was his. He always loved kaunda.
Yes, and he doesn't love suits. So he was like, mimi usinishonee suti, namwambia baba usijali, I got you. So kumbe hata kenye nilimletea is what he was desiring. You see how God works. And so he fits the outfit, ilimfit vizuri sana. And then from there now siku ya kutoka ikafika. So before siku ya kutoka siwa ananipigia, is everything okay? Gari tuko nayo, tuko nayo, tuko nazo. Dama kona gari, dama hana anything. Mulinipea yenyu niende nayo babangu, no? So let me tell you. Hey, this friend of mine anaitwa Hini.